Hi there, my name is Michelle Cederberg, and I am so excited that it's hearts and hands time again. Thank you for joining me online for this short video on how to regain focus and recharge your life in this post-pandemic world. I call it a success energy reset, and it's something that I'm sure that all of you probably need a little more of, especially after the last couple of years. I talk a lot about health and productivity and resilience and stress management, and I want all of you to be able to come into every day with what I call a carpe freaking diem attitude, a seize the freaking day attitude, to get up every day and be excited about the work that you do and the things that you have in store and all of the things that you have going on around you. Seize the day. Now, that's not always easy. We're often busy and stretched and stressed. But I think we're all driving towards success. When you think about success, what is it that you want for yourself? Because I believe that every single one of us has within us the desire to be better, to do better, to have more with our health, with our relationships, with the work that we do. What does that look like for you? And I think that we need to be really clear about what it looks like now in this post-pandemic world, because I'm guessing that the goals that you have for yourself today might be very different than the goals you had for yourself at the start of all the craziness. And I don't want to keep on talking about the pandemic, but I have to acknowledge it because it's still here and it's still impacting us physically, mentally, and emotionally, even socially for that matter. I still think that we're driving towards success, though, don't you? When you think about success for yourself, though, what gets in the way? If I can be very honest, we will stop ourselves. We know what we want. We can look towards a goal, and yet the goals don't always materialize the way that we want them to. So what gets in the way? What are the things that you do to stop yourself? What are the things in your environment that get in the way? And what can you do to navigate them a little bit better so that you can get to the things that are so important to you in your work and life? Let's talk about that. A couple of years ago, I released a new book called The Success Energy Equation: How to Regain Focus, Recharge Your Life, and Really Get Shit Done. I think I can say that here. And part of my mission with writing the book was creating an equation for success. While I did that, I also uncovered what I'll call a bad math version of success. And I want to share some of that quote unquote research with my success energy equation, because I think that it'll shed some light on life and work and that drive towards success. It's not always as easy as we want it to be. Not that it shouldn't be, however. All right, so here we go. See if you can relate. The dream times hard work equals success. Huh? I know it's totally cliche, but also totally accurate. Do the freaking work, get the freaking results. In this case, the dream is whatever you want for yourself, personally and professionally. All you need to do is supply the effort. However, as thinking, feeling, analyzing human beings, we tend to complicate the situation until the formula becomes more like, oh, the dream times gaining skill plus knowledge times hard work. That equals success. Huh? Well, no, we're going to divide that by daily effort minus distractions plus persistence times passion multiplied by focus minus sleep, and that equals no energy to the power of fast food and not exercising, plus patience to the power of caffeine and anxiety meds, and we're going to multiply that by a few days spent in self-doubt, which equals stalling. We're going to add in an injection of confidence from watching someone else fall on their face. We're going to add in a little bit of guilt for feeling that way, and that equals a reminder to quit comparing your journey to everyone else's. I know you can relate, which equals a renewed belief that you can. Yes, we're going to multiply that by a few days of progress plus fatigue divided by distractions to the power of whining, complaining, and overthinking. We're going to add in roadblocks from your boss, your business partners, your clients, yourself. We're going to add in a drop in motivation, and that equals binge watching Netflix and wine straight from the bottle. Please tell me I'm not the only one. That equals sleeping it off plus an opportunity to rethink your goals, which equals a recommitment to the dream. Sounds good so far, doesn't it? Oh no, we are going to add in a global freaking pandemic, but we're going to minus because nobody wants to talk about that anymore. Instead, we're going to add in a focus on what's next, because that's where we are. We're going to divide it by fear about your current economy, weather, government. We're going to add in optimism, vision, long hours, setbacks, always setbacks. We're going to add in resilience. We're going to add in fear. We're going to divide that by all the other stuff that you have to do. We're going to add in support from loved ones. We're going to add in nagging from the same loved ones, which is actually a negative. We're going to minus frivolity, add in self-doubt, minus time or money, minus sleeping in, minus leaving work at work, minus health, add in more self-doubt. But all the while, we are going to multiply it by a hope that we can and the deep down belief that it's possible. And that, my friends, is the formula for success to the power of what? The front door. Yes, I don't swear. Well, at least not here. Yes, I know that this is a tongue-in-cheek formula for success. And if it's good for anything more than a laugh, it's a good reminder that it's not meant to be easy. Life, the work that we're doing, the children that we're raising, the elderly parents that we're taking care of, all of the things that we're navigating in this world, it's not meant to be easy. And some days, as sure as heck isn't. And the sooner that we can acknowledge that, the sooner we can square our shoulders and get on with the work that we need to do. I don't want to sound like a harbinger of doom. I don't want to make it sound like it's such an awful, terrible thing, because we all know life has its ups and downs and highs and lows. And the beauty of it is you've got skin in the game. You're doing the work. So how can we make it more energizing for you? So my simpler version of success is an important one, because if you're driving towards success, you can't get there on an empty tank. And most of us will go, 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 go. And what I will say about you, dear healthcare aides, because you are caregivers, you will take care of everyone else and everything else before yourself. You can tell me that I'm wrong, but I know that I'm right. So we need to find ways to get energized for success. And that's what I call success energy. My background is as a kinesiologist and a health expert and professional coach. And so I weave it all together to give you my simpler version of success, a simpler equation. So here we go. My goal is that success equals setting clear and exciting goals, which is a function of the belief you have in yourself regarding those goals and the discipline within you to do the freaking work, all raised to the power of awesome by the energy within. Goals, belief, discipline, energy. You put those four factors together and you are going to be stepping upward on your success path. And it doesn't even need to be big steps. So let's talk about each of these things briefly. First of all, the goals piece is deciding what you want. This is not always an easy one, because there's probably a lot of things that you want. But as you sit sipping your morning tea or coffee, what are your yearnings? Do you feel like, oh gosh, I need to be spending more time on my health, or I need to be spending more time on my hobbies. I need to work on the things that are going to help me get promoted or go back to school. What is that goal that's in the back of your head that just never seems to go away? I challenge you to write down those things that are important to you, the things that you want for yourself, put them where you can see them every single day, because it's going to help energize your efforts every single day. I'm going to share a download at the end of this video and an article on how to set goals that are resonant and thrilling. I really challenge you to download that article when you get it. Decide what you want. Second thing, believe that you can. Just because we've set the goal doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be, oh my gosh, I can do this. We may want the thing, but somewhere deep within us, we may say, I'm not sure I can get the thing. And I want to challenge you that if you believe it, then you can achieve it. If you think you can, then you can. Just simply decide. We spend a lot of time in our comfort zone, and that's the area in our life where we are, your life as it is now, good, bad, or indifferent. We stay here and we like it because it's safe and it's familiar. When we step outside that comfort zone towards the things that make life worthwhile and interesting, the goals that you want, the dreams that you have, that's when it gets a little scary. That inner critic voice in our head will pipe up and say, are you sure about this? Don't go. It's safer here. But when you stay in that comfort zone, you're going to start to get uncomfortable, because part of you is going to be saying, there are things out there that I want. There are things that make life more worthwhile and interesting that I need to go after. So when you step outside of that comfort zone, you're going to be met with optimism, or you're going to be met with fear. And I would rather that you're stepping out with optimism, with believing that you can. And there's a number of ways that I share about how you can boost belief in yourself. I'm going to be sharing a video on the link that I'm going to be sharing at the end of this, but I also encourage you to look at the my book at the end of this as well, because I'm sharing an offer there. Because I share all sorts of ways that we can talk ourselves out of that negative self-talk. I want you to start by thinking about all the things that you're already successful at and go from there. Because if you've already had success in different parts of your life, then you can do it with whatever you set your mind to. Believe that you can. In order to have success and energy to get there, you need to prioritize yourself. As caregivers, this is a tough one. As I said, everyone else, everything else before yourself. Are you spending enough time doing things that you enjoy? Are you spending enough time with your health? Are you spending enough time relaxing? Because you need that too. If there's parts of you that are yearning to do things outside of your job, spend time with your loved ones, spend time on your hobbies, prioritize that. I have a little book that I shared last time I spoke for you all. So some of you probably already have the download of my Mesh for Health mini book, Move, Eat, Sleep, and Hydrate for Health. These 4 things are what you need to do from a health standpoint for yourself, simply in small steps. So when that I'm also going to share the download at the end in the website that I've created for you all. Go and read this little book. It doesn't take very much time. Implement a couple of the steps to move, eat, sleep, and hydrate better. Your energy will thank you. And here's the link now. I'm just going to give it to you right now, so you can take a look and make sure you have it. I'll share it at the end as well. michellecedarberg.com/success22. You'll get a goals article. You'll get a stress video. You'll get all sorts of other little things that are going to help you on your path to higher levels of success and the energy to get there. Now, one of the resources or one of the ideas that I want to share that every single one of you will benefit from when you are busy is this acronym HALT, HALT. And it's a great reminder for when you're too busy to really check in with yourself, because this is an instant one that you can do when life seems to be in meltdown, when you're feeling like I don't have the energy to keep going. Halt and ask yourself, am I hungry, angry, lonely, or tired? If any one of those 4 variables is in play, you're not going to have the coping mechanisms to be at your best. Ask yourself, when was the last time I ate? Is my blood sugar so low that I'm not thinking straight? Do I have a conflict with somebody that I need to resolve that's sapping my mental and emotional energy? Anger can do that. Am I spending too little time away from people that I love, or too much time in isolation? Because loneliness is an absolute emotional energy drain. We need to take care of ourselves and surround ourselves with people that lift us up. And if you're not doing that, have a call with somebody you love, or book a coffee date, or do something that's going to help you feel less of the loneliness. And the tired piece is a tough one, because I know your days are long and you are busy, but our bodies repair when we sleep. So if you're not getting enough restorative sleep, that fatigue is going to impact your mental, emotional, and physical energy. Stop and ask yourself, halt, am I hungry, angry, lonely, tired? Simple check-in. And then do what you can in small steps to give yourself a little bit of restoration. In small steps. I know that as success-driven individuals, the idea will be, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. And sometimes it's as simple as stopping and remembering to breathe. Just stop and give yourself oxygen. We all have the best intentions to be better and do better and have more. And sometimes we will drive ourselves so hard that we'll forget to take care of ourselves in the process. Sometimes we'll drive ourselves so hard that we will realize that we're focusing on the wrong things. So stop, decide what you want, believe that you can, prioritize you, halt when you need to, and remember to breathe as the very simple thing you can do for yourself all day, every day. If your stress starts to mount, or you're starting to feel a little bit fatigued, or you just need to pause. Remember to breathe, and in that moment, remind yourself of the fantastic and so important work that you're doing in your facilities across BC. You are needed and loved, and I, for one, here in Alberta, in my spare bedroom studio, absolutely appreciate all of the work that you do. It's not meant to be easy. that doesn't mean that we need to, resign ourselves to a tough battle ahead. We just need to pick our battles. Recognize that it's not meant to be easy, but if you can do the small things, it'll energize you for the mission. If you can be clear on the goals that you want, so you're not spending time on things that aren't important to you, that is going to go far. So my final thought for you all, my dear friends, is to decide what you want, trust that you can, have the discipline to do the freaking work, and don't forget to take care of the engine that drives the mission. It all comes from here, your physical body and the brilliant mind in it. You take care of it in small ways, physically, mentally, and emotionally every single day, and you're going to have all sorts of energy to keep driving forward. Thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to go to michellecedarburg.com/success22 and enjoy the rest of your Hearts and Hands week.